Since 2013, over 2,500 water voles have been released into the River Meon, and 253 of them should be roaming about in this area currently. The reintroduction is part of the Meon Partnership, who run various projects to improve the health of the river.
One of these projects was to reintroduce water voles back to the River Meon. They've declined in the UK over 90% since the 1940s and were found to be extinct on the River Meon over the last 10 to 15 years. So together with partners, we've been looking at reintroducing these water voles back to the River Meon. Water voles anywhere are an incredibly important part of any riverine habitat, and that is because they are one of the only medium-sized small mammal that you get on a riverbank, and without them there in the habitat, it means that other populations of small mammal get devastated. Things like bank voles and field voles, predators would be taking them rather than what they should be taking, which is obviously the water voles. And so without them in the habitat, it doesn't function correctly.
Elena says that the conservation of the Meon River is especially important as it's a chalk stream and there's only around 200 of them in the whole world. The main reason for the water vole to disappear from this incredibly rare habitat was the non-native American mink.
They're very good at predating water voles because water voles haven't evolved with them, because obviously they're a non-native species, so they have no natural protection against them like they do for their natural predators. So yeah, they were able to devastate whole colonies of water voles, and on this particular river became extinct. The first thing was to set up a mink control project, and we didn't release any water voles until we knew that there weren't any mink in the river valley for 2 years, and that is an ongoing project to monitor the mink grafts to make sure that there aren't any in the river valley. Then we prepared habitat suitability surveys for the water voles, so monitored 43 sections of the River Meon, working with landowners, land managers, residents along the River Meon to monitor sections of it and to feed back to the landowners things they could do to improve their river for water voles as well as all the other riverine wildlife, but also to make sure that the sites that we were then going to be releasing the water voles at were the best possible sites for them to start from. Once we'd done all of that, we could then actually start looking at releasing the water voles, and they are put into release pens for 7 days on the banks of the river, and then we feed and check them on a regular basis before the pen's adapted, so the water voles can then actually release themselves when they're ready to go.
The water voles released here were bred in Devon, and although at the time of filming none of them wanted to show themselves, there are clear signs that the population is doing well.
This is one of our latrine floats. It's a survey method that we use to monitor the health of the water vole populations and really to identify whether we have any breeding populations of water voles as well. So what we look at is the droppings of the water voles.
Being vegetarians, water voles don't have scented droppings, so the females rub themselves on the side of their flanks where they have scent glands and pat the poo down to mark their territory.
It's a really healthy sign that we're seeing this here because it is indicating that there is hopefully some breeding success in this stretch of river. This is suggesting that these water voles are returning to this same site. You can see that they're slightly squashed on this side, and there's quite a big mound of them as well. And obviously on this side there's slightly fresher ones, which indicates of course that they're still using this float.
Nicole Ris, That's TV.